There's something really, really bad happening, a misconception, and musicians' music is suffering because of it. Quick disclaimer, I might piss some people off in this video, and I'm totally cool with that because I want you guys to win. I want you to release great music, all right? This video isn't meant to take a stab at recording studios. In fact, I think they play a very important role in a lot of the music that we hear today. And there is absolutely a time and a place to go record at the big studio. But I don't think a lot of people understand when is appropriate to actually rent the space. I feel like there's a big misconception on what you can get out of a recording studio. Let's run through the mind of an artist with a brand new song. They're super stoked on it, they want to bring it to life, and they've got some money set aside so that they can do so. The first thing they do is they find a recording studio close to them and they book a session so they can get in there and record their song, right? No. Here's the disconnect. Studios are for recording music. They'll often come with an engineer for a daily or an hourly rate. The engineer specializes in capturing audio and keeping the session running smoothly. If they do a great job, you might even forget they're there. The engineer is going to get you set up in the live room so that you can record, whether they're miking up your instrument or your voice, whatever. Then they're going to make sure that the levels in your headphones are appropriately balanced so that you're comfortable singing or playing. If you need a click track or whatever you need to hear, they're going to make it happen for you, and they're going to keep your session running smoothly. This is all part of their job. They're expected to do these things as your tracking engineer. Here's what their job isn't: building an arrangement for your song, writing and producing percussion sections, string sections, synth sections, deciding where and what harmonies or vocal doubles to record, coaching you through your vocal performance, making decisions based on what the song needs. I can go on, but here's my point. It isn't the recording engineer's job to produce your song. That's the producer's job. Very different skill set. That's a lot to put on an engineer to be recording and tracking and keeping your session running smoothly while simultaneously building an arrangement for you on the spot. You can't just roll into a studio with your acoustic guitar and your vocal melodies and sing it into the mic and expect the recording engineer to send you away with a polished masterpiece of a song. This isn't their job. You need a producer. Sometimes the tracking engineer will do more than just track your session. And I shouldn't say just track. This is a skill set in itself. Tracking engineer. It takes a lot of time to get good at this, and I have a lot of respect for people that can do it well. So if you've got a session booked with a recording engineer and it's just yourself going in, you need to plan ahead. You need to build your arrangement ahead of time. You should have a demo ready so that you know what you're aiming for during this session. And you should have put some serious thought into how you want things to sound in your song, the instrumentation, the overall dynamics of the song, so that you're not just going into the studio, playing your guitar, singing your vocal melody, and expecting the recording engineer to just create magic. If you've got a solid understanding of your song and all the instruments and sounds you want in it, and you know how to create them yourself, and you just need someone to help you capture these sounds, maybe going into the studio with an engineer is a good idea because you're going to be able to produce this song by yourself because you've put so much time and effort into it, planning ahead of time, building that arrangement before you actually go in to record. If I had a brand new song, I wanted to bring it to life, but I had no idea how to make that happen, the first thing I would do is find someone who knows how to make it happen. I would search high and low for a producer that works in my genre. I check out their portfolio, make sure that they're sounding tight and they're making sounds that I'm happy with, and then I would get them to help me build the song from the ground up. They would be my project manager or my producer, or at least co-producer. You often end up working as a team. Sometimes the producer doesn't record or mix, but they're able to bring you to the right people to get the job done. They're just there with you in the session. They're making sure that your arrangement is coming to life as you've planned it, rather than letting the engineer at your local recording studio slap some synth bass and basic drum samples on your track and calling it a hit. Sorry, I know a lot of you guys have been here and you've done this. Maybe you're still doing this and you're going into the studio and spending lots of money to have your songs produced, but they're not sounding the way you want. I'm sure your vocals and whatever instrument you're playing are sounding great and they've been captured in pristine quality, but that doesn't make your song a hit. There's a lot more to creating a great song than just capturing a really good quality vocal. For those of you taking offense to this, I'm so sorry. But not really, because you need to hear this. I see this happening constantly and it's driving me fucking nuts. You guys are wasting your money, you're wasting your time, you're wasting the engineer's time because they're not even working on a project that's amazing. They're just tracking a few ideas that you have and slapping together the rest of a song. And I think everyone's being let down here. If I was a tracking engineer, I'd rather be working on something that was well thought of, working on bringing solid arrangements to life in the studio with a talented producer, a talented artist, and everyone's got their role in this process of creating the song. And we're not just throwing it together. Okay, so the recording engineers and the big studios, very key role in creating great music. And when they're utilized correctly, you can make amazing things happen. They're just not being utilized correctly, and your music is suffering because of it. So if you're serious about investing in your music, you need to spend quite a bit of time learning and practicing building a song from the ground up, or you need to hire a producer to help you do this. Then once you've planned your song out and you're ready to start bringing that arrangement to life and record things, you or the producer, or both of you together, can then determine the best way to capture the audio or create these sounds, whether this is in your home studio, or if you're gonna go to the big studio and hire an engineer to work with you and capture these sounds. So I'm hoping what you can take from this is that there's more to making a song than just going into the studio with your guitar and your vocal line and singing and playing. I mean, unless you're just doing like a straight up acoustic song, maybe then you could kill it. But if you want like drums and bass and synths and strings and all of this stuff, you need to plan this ahead. It takes a lot of work and a lot of time, and it's super fucking rewarding when you nail it. So take your time, plan this ahead, and stop throwing your money away. Now, with all that being said, support your local studios, support your local producers. Don't forget the importance of building a solid arrangement. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, hammer that dingy bell to get notified of the next video, and I'll see you next time. Oh, and I almost forgot, I've got something for you, a free sample pack. Hey, free samples. It is an acoustic guitar, sampled, playing the progression A, B minor, F sharp minor, D. It sounds beautiful, like the progression in Halo by Beyonce. Come on, everyone likes Halo. And I've also got some heavenly choir ahs over top of it. You're gonna dig it. It's free to download. The link's in the description. Check it out, show me what you make with it, and I'll see you next time, for real this time.